Hello parents and guardians, welcome and thank you for joining us. The purpose of today's meeting is to ease any worries that you may have about your children playing too much and aren't learning. First of all, children learn through play, and it is said that play is one of the most powerful tools young children use to learn and develop their skills. Today, we will explore how play helps your children to grow in every way. Before we begin, I'd like to take a quick moment for us to think and reflect on our childhood. Can you remember what was your favorite way to play when you were little? Perhaps it was pretending to be a doctor or a teacher. Or maybe it was being outside playing hopscotch or rugby. Now, I want you to pause and think for a second what you learned from these experiences. Maybe it was patience, teamwork, or even building your confidence. Parents, that kind of learning, the deep kind that comes from play, the joy that they feel when they're playing, that is the exact kind we want for our children today. Let's talk about why play isn't just a fun activity. It is the foundation for every part of a child's development. What is play? So Pellegrini and Smith describes play as a set of behaviors that are freely chosen, personally directed, and intrinsically motivated. To simply put, children engage in play because it has meaning to them and it is enjoyable. They don't do it because they are told to. Play brings children joy and laughter and emotional release. 3. It supports brain development, strengthen their bodies, and help them to express themselves. According to Article 31 of the UNCRC, it states that children have a right to play and rest. Now, play isn't just leisure. Parents and guardians and educators should ensure that children play and rest in a safe environment. Here at Sunbeam's Early Childhood Center, our role as educators is to uphold the rights of a child. Let's explore how play supports every area of your child's development. Why play matters in education. Vygotsky disputed that play is not only for fun, but it can also teach children important skills. While play, in fact, creates joy for children, it has a deeper meaning to their all-round development. Play is a critical foundation for developing cognitive, emotional, and social skills, and also physical skills. For cognitive, play helps children to build problem-solving skills, language, and creativity. Children learn through play and often take on roles of different individuals, such as a teacher, a doctor, or even a shopkeeper. Social-emotional development. Children develop their emotional skills, they build their confidence, and self-regulate. Now, imagine two children pretending to run a bakery. One deals with the customers, while the other pretends to bake the bread. Together, they will take turns deciding and negotiating whose turn it will be to use the oven or even knead the pretend Play-Doh. Which brings us to physical development. And we all know that play helps to strengthen motor skills. So, I have a student here enrolled at Sunbeam. Let's call him Ben. Ben has difficulty holding his pencils. Ben cannot lift or open certain objects, right? So during class time, the other facilitator will have Ben play with some Play-Doh and even some building blocks. This in turn will help Ben to strengthen his fine motor skills so that he can hold his pencil, grip stuff, and even pinch. So physical development does not only restrict to playing outside or exercising. It has to do with a lot more than that. And we are going to further explore how specific play activities support each of these domains. Play to a child is like work to an adult. When we say this, what do we mean? It means that play isn't just something that is random to a child. It has purpose. Children use play to practice real skills such as problem solving, expressing ideas. Let's look at how play fuels their holistic development. Play and cognitive development. Play enhances functions such as memory, attention, and flexible thinking. It encourages problem solving and creativity. It also supports language development through storytelling and role playing. I showed you how play impacts the different developmental domains, such as cognitive. And not only does it do all these three things, it helps to boost your children's concentration, it builds early math and science skills, and an activity that supports this development is simply playing with building blocks. Social emotional development. Social development teaches children cooperation and sharing. It also builds their confidence, empathy, and helps children to express their feelings safely. So, it nurtures empathy, cooperation, conflict resolution. It helps them to self-regulate, and by doing so, they express their emotions. It creates a safe place for them for exploring their identity and bonding with their peers. Physical development. Play supports physical development, and it is not restricted to just physical exercise. Play is important for motor development. It strengthens muscles. It enhances gross and fine motor skills through movement and manipulation. It also builds children's balance and coordination. Furthermore, it encourages active and healthy habits. Learning about play, culture, and identity. Play allows children to reenact cultural stories, roles, and traditions. So when you see children dressed up in their traditional costumes, they're not just playing, right? They're taking on the roles of their ancestors. They're expressing themselves through their culture, their social life, through play. And they become more assertive about their identity through the materials that they use and the different language teams. And play also encourages pride and belonging in a diverse classroom. Educators' role. So, we're going to look at some practical ways to support play in the classroom. Now, our role as educators is to protect the rights of a child, which includes the right to play. We intentionally select materials in our play spaces that connect to development objectives. Take a look at some of the practical ways educators use to support play. 1. We can integrate play across the curriculum. Now here, Play should always be included in the learning process by any means. Children who role play as a shopkeeper is practicing literature skills, numeracy, and also problem solving. 2, we can create an inclusive play environment. Now, all the childhood centers, such as Sunbeams, can support diverse learners and must provide them with the materials that they will use to engage from multiple senses. 3, facilitate social play and emotional growth. Now, play naturally helps children to build empathy, express themselves, and role play. As educators, we can support these experiences through games and pretend play in the classroom. 4, protect and prioritize playtime. Now, play should not be treated as an reward. It should always be treated as a priority. So, we have a scheduled activity that includes playtime at our institution to support play in the classroom. Parents' roles. So parents, you're wondering, where is my role in all of this play? And it's quite simple. At home, you can do your part in nurturing learning by simply engaging with your child while he or she is playing. Now, all it requires is some time and a little effort. So, you allocate time and space for free play. You engage in play with your children, always follow their lead, and you celebrate their curiosity and messiness. The power of play. Now, Albert Einstein said, play is the highest form of research, and he's correct. Children need to be engaged in play. Remember that play is a right and not an option. Play is essential. It supports cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development. Now, our job as educators is to ensure that play is integrated, protected, and encouraged for every day. When we value the rights of play and protect it, we give children the best reward there is. There is so much joy of learning through play and discovery. As our meeting comes to an end, I will leave you with the words of K. Redfield Jameson. Children need the freedom and time to play. Play is not a luxury. Play is a necessity. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you around next time.